My name is Rakem Bey. My role in the company is actually as the PMO manager. I manage the entire project lifecycle from project intake all the way to project closeout. The way that we use Daptiv is really, as the canned phrase is, to manage our growing demand and our limited amount of resources. So principally, we're trying to balance that so that we can effectively manage our resources, see what they're on, and effectively utilize them. With my role, it basically makes it more efficient. The need was there. Actually, I was homegrown for the position. It was like, this is a need we want you to focus on, and we want you to get the background information. We interviewed several companies, and we finally went with Daptiv as a solution choice to meet our needs. We went live about 3 months ago. The greatest benefit, I think, it really comes from our resource managers, is that they really see what their resources are working on, and they can better allocate their time. So it's really effectively made them able to make the key decisions that they need to make, and also not have as much overlap and tug and pull between resource managers and managing their resources. It's been excellent. One of the key things that made the decision to go with Daptiv is really the depth that the solutions consulting have in just PMO, PPM methodology and project management practices versus just trying to sell a piece of software. So when you ask them questions about project management in particular, they know the language, they live and breathe the language, and that makes the comfortability aspect of how we use the software, because we use it for different departments, and each department has their own unique needs, and Daptiv is able to adapt to the needs of that particular department. Like one department uses it straight for just resource management, versus another department, we use it for project intake, prioritizing for strategic goals, and then mapping it through, while others just use it strictly for project management. So it's really adaptable, and I think our executive actually said it best, is that that's a nice catch on the word adaptable, Daptiv. So we definitely are liking it. There's not too much selling that we have to do with it. It sells itself. One of the business requirements to go with a PPM solution was light overhead. We knew going in that we didn't want a solution that our users would think would be an extra layer of administrative work that they would have to do. With Daptiv, it's light overhead, plus they're able to see what they're working on, and we like to coin the phrase, it's really like little brother telling brick brother what we're doing. So it gives that single source of truth, and I think that's why our users didn't give us any pushback on it, because it really lets them inform their resource managers, this is what I'm working on. You're bringing me additional work to do. How do you want me to prioritize it? So it gives them that blanket statement to have that conversation with their resource manager now. It really gives the big picture, because what we try to look at is how many of our projects is focused on revenue generating, how many of our projects is focused on just infrastructure, and what we call sustaining capital. And we want to pick and choose and see that from a high level, and the dashboards give us that, and also the capacity planner gives us a way to forecast our resource, will balance the demand with what we actually have in. So I think it's really good for forecasting and also managing any hot potato projects that come through the pipeline. I think it's very adaptable. One of the things that we do like about it is a lot of the reports can be exported out, either in PDF or especially Excel. So our executives, a lot of our staff, those are the canned applications that everybody is, aced on. So what we do is we're able to export reports, distribute reports, and it just makes it more comfortable for those users that may not have a Daptiv license, that we just export a report in a PDF and email it to them. So we do love that functionality of it, that we don't necessarily have to lock in to for people in our organization that need that information, don't necessarily have to be a Daptiv user to get it. I think the way that we use it, what it actually has done is it's let us know that, hey, we don't have enough resources for the demand that we have. And the cost savings, we haven't really calculated the cost savings of it, but it actually has given us a good earmark on the additional staff that we need to hire, and or how to say no to certain projects and kind of we can't do it because, or instead of haphazardly doing them and overworking staff and doing overtime, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really helped us eliminate overtime. It's really helped company morale with the people that are actually doing the work. It has helped in the sense that we're now viewing our research studies as projects. And it's what has helped us do is really break down with a PPM or project management methodology and talk about that more with our applications development team, with other resources that actually help to do some of the research studies and some of the model development that we do. And when we talk in a common project language, it kind of helps make the transition or the actual adoption of the overall process that everybody gets to see it. So in that sense, it helps them take command of what they're doing, and it also lets them see how what their work impacts another person's work. So it matures everybody in a project management type of mindset and language to look at deadlines, look at milestones, and let's talk about those things. So it helps in that way.